Hi, I'm Puffalope, and I want to complete every single achievement in DBD, but we have a problem. I'm a survivor main, and in order to make this work, I'm going to be recruiting the help of way more experienced players than me, from content creators to P100 one-tricks, to see if they can help me on my journey to all adepts. Welcome to learning from the best. Today's killer is the Dredge. His 3 teachable perks are Darkness Revealed, Dissolution, and Septic Touch. Darkness Revealed shows you the aura of every survivor that's close to a locker whenever you open a locker. Dissolution activates whenever you injure a survivor, and for the next 20 seconds, every time a survivor vaults over a pallet while they're inside of your terror radius, the pallet breaks. And for Septic Touch, every time a survivor starts healing either themselves or someone else within your terror radius, they suffer from blindness and exhausted for 10 seconds. I'll be ranking Dredge as teachables, and you're not gonna believe this. B tier. Darkness Revealed is okay, Dissolution needs a buff, and Septic Touch... why? Welcome Gaming Athlete, how you doing?
I'm good, man. How are you doing today? What's going on? Well, I haven't played DBD in 8 days, so today's been interesting, but other than that, we're chilling, man.
Yeah, you had PC issues yesterday. How did you fix it?
It was like some weird hardware issues with my SSD.
It just broke while you were traveling?
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad.
So do you want to introduce yourself to anyone who might not know who you are?
Sure. Well, my name is Gaming Athlete. I'm a P100 Dredge main. I've got 2,000 hours specifically on the Dredge. I've been streaming and making content for about 10 months now. And yeah, it's been a wild ride. I absolutely have enjoyed every second of it. And yeah, I just play Dredge, and I like the Greg. So,
do you have anything else to say, or can we get down to brass tacks?
I think we're good to get down. I think we're good to start.
So, what are you thinking here for the strategy? How does a noob Dredge get the adepts?
So, well, first of all, I should probably explain how we use the Dredge's power, right?
Mm-hmm.
But
So, what are we going for add-ons here? You think?
For add-ons, right? I'll go ahead and tell you right now before I explain them. It's gonna be Boat Key and the Automarian Writing. So, the Dredge, in my opinion, has one of the more balanced set of add-ons. A lot of his add-ons are pretty good. His iridescents are terrible. Some of his purples are, well, yeah, some of his purples are pretty bad. Some of his greens are pretty bad. 2 of his yellows are not good. And then 2 of his browns are pretty bad. So overall, his add-ons are actually pretty good. You know what I mean? I don't think we need to talk about the rest of them, but basically, with the Boat Key, right? That's going to be our first add-on for this. The Boat Key is going to increase your daytime teleport speed from 12 meters per second to 17.9. It's basically 18. We're just going to say that, right? This is phenomenal. In my opinion, it's his second best add-on. A lot of people think it's his number 1, but actually, I'll explain that in a second. It's actually your second add-on that's number 1. But this add-on is incredible. It has a secondary effect of breaking every locked locker on the map. Well, every lock on every locked locker on the map once the 5th generator is completed. This is really good for endgame builds, but primarily you're using this for the speed.
Money?
His second add-on, though, that we're using right now, the Automarian Writing. In my opinion, this is the best Dredge add-on in the entire game. Right?
Okay.
So this one's really, really simple, but it does a lot. So it's going to decrease your teleport cooldown speed by 4 seconds. By default, the Dredge has a cooldown of his remnant or teleport by 12 seconds. This is going to drop that to 8.
Okay.
As I've said earlier, the Dredge's main ability is his remnants. The Dredge, in my opinion, is a chase-focused killer. Any add-on that we have that's going to amplify our chase ability is going to significantly help us in chases and stuff. Yeah,
so
absolutely.
This is not necessarily just to teleport. This is because you want to have your power as often as possible.
You want to have your remnant as much as possible, yes.
I see. And for off-rigs, or what are you thinking?
I would say for now, probably just bring a Black Ward, because we want to keep as many boat keys as we can.
Okay.
So yeah.
Oh, a Black Ward, not a sacrificial.
Yeah,
ward.
yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Keep the add-ons, yeah. So I should mention real quick before I talk about the remnant, I'll yap about that in a second while we load. For your perks, Dredge's adept perks, they don't really work with his power amazingly, right? 2 of them don't. But Septic Touch is kind of meh. So for the first perk, Darkness Revealed, this is going to be your best perk, obviously. So as many times as you can, I would encourage you to open lockers just to get that value. Depends on the map we get. If we get Midwich, GG's, you're getting your first game. If we get Shelter Woods, we'll be here for a while. Dissolution, obviously, you don't have a terror radius a couple times during the match. So it's not going to be amazing, right? Dissolution also works against your remnant in some ways. Now, not necessarily in the fact that you will still get your hit, but if you're trying to mind game with the remnant, it's going to kind of screw you over a couple times because it's just going to murder the pallet, right? And Septic Touch, I mean, I'm not going to encourage you to worry about that one too much. I would say for these matches, we're going to be I honestly don't tell anyone I said this, but I kind of don't remember off the top of my head. I'm not gonna lie. What I'm gonna encourage you to do is focus on your ability this match, right, and all the other matches. So with the remnant, what we're gonna be doing is we're gonna be placing these in the most basic form on choke points. So for example, let's say we're in a short-term loop, right? Let's say it's one of those like straight line loops on Macmillan, right, where you can see each other at all times. An example of what to do here would be to okay, we got E-swing. That's actually a pretty okay map for this killer. I won't lie.
Okay.
We're going to be wanting to use our remnant as much as we can, like I said. So that's placing them on windows and on pallets. So proactively, whenever you see a survivor run to a loop, that doesn't mean necessarily throw it down immediately, right? It gets a little intricate. So I'll try not to yap too much. I'll actually let you chase this guy for a second. So place a remnant on that window, or as close as you possibly can, right? Because what's going to happen here is he's going to try to vault that. Now he is running left here, so I would cancel that and continue with him outside.
Go after him.
One thing that's really important with the remnant is understanding that when we place it, we want to make sure that they're not able to rotate to another loop. So in that scenario, what happened there, what I would have done was maybe flick our remnant 180 degrees and get it face towards the corner there. So that I would hold this remnant, hold it, teleport now.
I think he just held W.
So, yes. Yeah. So one important thing there is patience, right? Obviously, I kind of gaslit you to do that. My bad. It's kind of an example, but one important thing to do here is going to be patience, right? As Dredge, one thing you do want to do. My Discord is a little laggy, but I'm trying to keep up here. One important thing to keep in mind with Dredge is patience, right? When we place a remnant and a survivor's hanging out on a pallet, they will try to mind game you if they know what to do against the killer. They're going to try to make you go early. So it's important to close as much distance between you, the survivor, and the pallet as possible. So right here, I'm going to say on the outside of this pallet, leave a remnant. And see how this person double back there? That's a great example of patience. That was amazing. Great job, man.
Yeah, the one thing I understood is that for powers like these, you have to... Damn, she got that. It's crazy.
Oh, damn.
You have to win the pallet first. You have to put it down at the pallet, otherwise they just drop the pallet. But I guess Dredge has the power to play around the dropped pallets as well, right?
Yeah. So like you said, pallet can. Oh, my Discord's freaking out right now. Actually, hang on. I can't actually see. I might open your Twitch if that's okay.
Okay.
The one important thing, while I can't see anything, is pallet control. So when we place our remnants, they do want to be on a section of the pallet to where they can't leave the pallet. If they do, they're zoned, but also they can't immediately break it as well. So if you have it directly in front of the pallet, they are going to be able to run through and kind of destroy it.
Oh my god, what am I playing against here?
I'm going to your stream right now. I can't see. Here we go.
Okay, I got the hook anyway. Nice. That was pretty rough. I think I'm playing against a Sable Swift.
It would seem so, yes. It would seem so.
They're just saboing hugs. And they did 2 gens as well. Like, my god.
Very efficient gamers. Very efficient gamers. So, sorry about the technical difficulties there. I'm kind of yapping all over the place.
Don't worry about it, man.
So, yes, first of all, one important thing with the remnant placement is pallet control. We want to make sure it's on a position to where the survivor's able to not only be zoned, but they can't necessarily break it immediately, right? So one thing I would encourage you to do really quick is I have a bit of a delay on the stream.
Yeah, the delay is pretty rough on the stream. You really can't watch on Discord?
Let me check again real quick. My Discord's actually like grayed out. I don't know why.
Oh, it's happening to me as well. I think it's hardware acceleration that does that.
Oh, let me turn that off then.
You're gonna have to restart the... Oh my god, that hits me.
Alright, I can wait until after the match.
I thought there was a locker down there. This Claude is just dropping everything.
Yes, so one thing I haven't really been able to see too well, but for example, let's go ahead and, if you don't mind hanging out on this window in that corner there. So when let's say we're chasing a survivor here at the start of the match. They're chasing in the direction that you are there. Instead of chasing them around the wall, placing a remnant on the corner near that window is going to allow us to keep pressure on that corner as we push them to the left. If you can kind of visualize that, right? I would teleport to the locker there next time. If you're a Nightfall, just because that's instantaneous and basically right there for you.
I can do
now,
this.
one thing I will say. Yeah, perfect. Boom. One thing I will say, teleporting during chase during nightfall is never recommended in my opinion. Just
Really?
There's too many factors. Yeah, you're not fast enough to correct your mistakes. It could be locked. They could fake you, right?
Fair
So
enough.
generally, during daytime, we want to prioritize our remnant our power for remnant usage, right? So proactively, as we go through these windows and pallets, I would encourage you to leave your remnants faced in the direction that they're gonna return to. By the way, on the short side or the weak side, and then move around the long side. That's gonna not only give you a lot of time to observe what they're doing, but it actually creates a lot of mental pressure on that survivor, which in turn gives you more time to catch up to them. So on that little loop that you did there, what I would do in that scenario is I would leave the remnants on the corner face towards either the window or the pallet, and I'd move around the long side. The survivor, when they're inside that pallet, they're going to hesitate at any skill level. Everybody's going to take a second to like, okay, he placed a remnant, what's he going to do? That gives you either a split second, a second to capitalize on that hesitation and force distance, right? So again, your main priority with the remnant is to close as much distance between you, the survivor, and the pallet or window as much as possible before you teleport. And I will say you're doing very well right now.
Yeah, so I don't think they're doing gens all that well now that they're focusing on the sabos. So I'm getting like free pressure.
Yeah, it's great, right?
I mean, they're not even really getting the sabos. they're trying. I didn't even hear that it didn't get me. You know, they're trying so many things at the same time.
They have COD kill streaks.
I see it.
That's kind of crazy. One little trick here I would actually encourage you to do. If you want to leave a remnant behind the main door of the building there, right? By that pallet, next time you see it, that survivor's going to run back to that main building. Or that main gen, right?
Oh,
One thing that a lot of people don't realize is you don't have to use a remnant for chase. You can leave it behind on corners, pallets, windows, hooks even, right? Make your choices an amazing perk to use with this killer. Your teleport's instantaneous, right? You're able to hit immediately. So if you were, per se, I don't know, to leave your remnant behind on the main door there and she runs back in, you can wait a few seconds. She'll be on that gen. So that's another use case of, I know it's a lot of information to intake on a match like this.
No,
it's a lot.
I think I understand what you mean.
Visually, I would say that it's best to learn this killer visually. But there are, the point is there are many things you can do. That's amazing.
He's going second.
Yep. Nice, very good. And there goes the solution as well.
I don't think there's anyone here.
Yeah, placement of the remnant, when
here.
you do leave it behind, you do want to try to conceal it because people will be like, oh, I don't know what this is doing here, but...
This is getting kind of annoying, I'm not gonna lie.
That's, yeah.
I didn't have another hook to go for. That's the problem there.
East Wing is kind of rough with Sabo, especially in that corner.
I was looking for another hook to put the Nia in, but there wasn't another one, so she had time to Sabo. Like if I didn't hesitate, I think I would have been able to put her there.
The distance thing as well. She was around the corner as well, so Kalada was just kind of there. So, anyways, we are in Nightfall right now. I'm pretty sure, right? I can't really. Yeah, we are in Nightfall. Okay, I don't even know what I'm talking about. I man the killer. So, if this survivor decides to, oh, you should be able to get a hit there. Nice, done. Very good.
Okay. That's the last guy. I think I'm just gonna slug.
Yeah, go for it. Reminder, as you return to your teleport or your remnant during Nightfall, you will get killer instinct on survivors that are within 16 meters.
Okay.
So during Nightfall, you can actually scout pretty well, I'd say. And you'll be able to find people behind walls, behind generators. Killer instinct's awesome because you can't hide from it, unlike exhaustion, calm spirit, stuff like that. So okay, he's gonna get the pickup on Nia there.
Oh, and he saved the other person as well.
It's very unfortunate.
This guy does not have DS. There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, you just have too many Sabo perks, bro.
Yeah, that's unfortunate. Well, there goes the first one.
Nice.
And again, I do apologize for like overloading you with information in the first match.
Don't worry.
Obviously,
I kind of already understand how Dredge works, so it's not that overwhelming for me.
Yeah. The main thing to keep in mind here is we want to use our remnant as much as possible, but our placement matters. We want to make sure when it's placed, it's in a position where A, the survivor is going to be in the direction that we're facing, right? Because if you just
Mhm.
place it wherever, you might get disoriented. You're going to probably miss your swing, right? So that's why I flick. In my gameplay, on my streams, and in my YouTube videos, you'll see me flick a lot, right? So this is a great example. I would place a remnant right there, perfect. And then when he gets, boom, perfectly executed. There you go. I have a bit of a delay, I won't lie. So if the audio there is a little weird, I apologize.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
But that is a great example of how to.
No,
how to do
even
that.
you just telling me that when I teleport back to the thing, it's gonna be facing wherever I was looking at when I placed it down. That already changed everything about Dredge for me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
I had no idea that's how it works.
I encourage every single person that asks me how to play this killer, how to play the remnant, to do that flick, because if you don't, if you just place it in a straight line, I don't think you realize that you're gonna go after him again.
I mean, he's body blocking me. He's probably gonna have DS, but I don't think it matters too much.
It's legal tunneling at that point. So that's a scenario right there where we want to place our remnant and then move to the other side, because we know that the pallet's on the inside there, and if it gets dropped on you while you're on the inside, that's a really good teleport. Good job. It's going to be pretty detrimental because you lose distance, right?
Got him out of the gen.
So in situations like that, we do want to place our remnant early, right, and then leave, because we know what's going to happen. If we can place that early, if we can place that remnant early and get that early pressure, that's really good, right? One thing that a lot of people don't realize is you have these things called temporary remnants. The remnant you place down does not have to be the one that you use, right? So an example like that, I'll try to visualize it as I speak, I guess, and as descriptive as I can. Oh, damn.
Nope.
Dwight's going down again. You actually might be able to tie this up here.
We'll see.
Might,
the other guy's dead on the pallet.
Yeah, that's probably going to be a pickup. And then back and forth, back and forth. You do have lockers on the inside of that gate there. Actually, she's going to leave her.
I think I'm just going to M1 her down here. I'm not going to try to do anything fancy.
There you go. I would keep that. Make sure to keep patience as well as we go around here.
Nice.
Perfect. That is absolutely perfect. You see how she doubles back there? A lot of survivors, when they see a remnant, they are going to try to mind game you, because you have to understand, and everybody else has to understand, that you can't really loop this killer normally, right? As soon as there's a remnant in play on a loop, it kind of throws away normal looping laws, I guess. They kind of go out of the window, right? So it essentially turns into a mind game battle or a W key battle, right?
Yeah.
Which turns into a zoning battle. So that's where our remnant placement ties in. We want to make sure it's always placed in an orientation to where A, we can hit them, B, they can't chain us to a shack or something, right?
No, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A lot of things people don't understand when they're watching other people play killer is that there's so much like intricate knowledge that goes into every movement that you make that you can't tell right away. I'm not sure you watched it, but I was doing I did Ghostface with Hint. And I think Hint is one of the best DBD players of all time. And I played for 2.5 hours Ghostface. I couldn't get a single like good game going, and then I watched him play and it was just a whole different game.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Because of just the way he moved, right? And
There
the
are
same
so
goes
many...
for you. Like me playing Dredge, I might have gotten this first try, but that's because I have a little bit of knowledge on the Dredge, and they were also throwing for sabos and stuff. But watching you play the game is just completely different. Like the way you move is just completely different to me.
Yeah, movement's an incredibly important factor in this game that not a lot of people talk about. Like moving efficiently, hugging loops efficiently. I mean, you as a survivor, absolutely know that, right? I mean, it doesn't get talked a lot as much as I think it should. And I will say, I apologize if the narration wasn't very good on my end.
Oh no,
there's a lot of.
Let me just say this. I've had a few people that I did just one game and got the adept on. What we do in that case is, if you have the time, we can play one more game where you give me the whole build, and then you just coach me through the entire game, just as like a bonus game, if you're
absolutely
down.
Sure. I am absolutely done.
What build do you normally go for when you play Dredge?
So my build currently, the one that I just used casually, is going to be Boat Key Automarian. Yeah, it's that one right there. These two, in my opinion, if you're learning this killer, they're not going to make you absolutely dependent on these add-ons, because I know a lot of people are worried about starting a new killer. I don't want to be dependent on this. I don't want to be dependent on that. It's going to feel weird if I don't use it. These ones aren't too bad, but they give you insane value. They're amazing. They're absolutely S tier. Okay. For the perks, I always encourage coup de grace. Coup de grace is, kind of one of those autopilot perks. Nope.
I don't think we're running coup de grace here. Oh no.
That's all right. We can substitute. So we're gonna run barbecue and chili first. Barbecue and chili is an amazing perk, which is going to allow us to see survivors at a distance, respond to them as well. So let's say, for example, you know, Devour Hope, whatever kind of build we're running, just casually, right? But barbecue is always good, right? Next, I'm gonna run Pop Goes the Weasel, and Pain Res is literally just, you know, basic combo. I mean, this fourth perk I would be using Coup. Coup is kind of an insurance policy, in my opinion, with Dredge looping, because even I still will make this like mistakes. I'll teleport too early. I'll get mind gamed by the survivor, and I'll teleport too early, or my remnant's just bad, right? Coup de grace is going to be your insurance policy to make sure you make up for your mistake, right? Instead of that one, I think it's fitting for us to use some Make Your Choice.
Make your choice, okay.
It is going to be a pick perk. Yeah, I'll explain what we're going to do with that in a second. But yeah, I'm trying to like any offerings. Let's go Midwich.
Oh, we're going Midwich. Okay.
If you want to,
No,
totally
I'm down. I always heard that Midwich Dredge is fucking insane. I've played against one or two. I've never played as the Dredge on Midwich though.
Yeah. So, as a reminder, with Dredge, prioritize your remnant usage. Make sure it's in the orientation they're going to end up, and generally place it on the short side, walk around the long side, because that is going to allow you to get hits more often. I will say, one of the most challenging loops on this map is those little mid-room windows. People hate those, right? One thing as Dredge, I would place your remnant either in the doorway, probably a bit closer, like in the middle of the wall, where that far right window is going to be. Place it there, loop around the left side, keep it there until you know the survivor is not going to go for it, right? Because again, patience is incredibly important. Survivors are very sporadic. There's somebody. Oh,
there goes a DC.
There goes one piece. We got sprinters there. Okay, now, as tempting as it is, because they had sprinters, we do not want to teleport and chase, right? That's going to waste our remnant, and it's going to potentially put us in trouble. So we're going to leave our remnant there. I would place it on the corner next time. We can see that she's leaving the room and save our remnant. Next time, in that scenario, I would leave it on the corner. Because if we follow them through the pallet and we give them distance like that, yeah, that's going to let them have it. Replace your remnant on the pallet side there. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Is this a hit? It is.
Yes, it is a hit. Okay. Amazing. There you go. I'm trying to yap at the same time, and I'm sure it's distracting.
No. Feel free. It's your time to shine here. I'm just listening.
I got you. I'm trying to regurgitate so much information at one time. It's interesting. So instead of placing our remnant on the pallet there, we're giving them an entire corner to work with where they can W key like that. So instead, we want to be placing it on a choke point or a corner. So you're on the long side of this loop here. See how they mind game there? And they have enough distance to get to the pallet and break it. And the next time that we loop on a loop like that, we want to place it on the side closest to the pallet.
Like here.
So placing it on the corner. No, I would go to the piano, actually. On the corner of the piano. Obviously, they're in a choke point here. Amazing. There you go. We're closing as much distance as we possibly can on that survivor, which guarantees a hit. It's also important to remember, we don't always have to use the remnant, right? Not only does it provide a lot of insurance when it comes to hitting, it's intense mental pressure for many survivors, right? I have a bit of a delay. Let me see if I can fix that.
Okay. Do you not like tracking perks on Dredge so you know which gen they're on and where to teleport?
Yeah, our perks are amazing.
Oh.
They are amazing. Let me see if I can fix my delay here. I'll be like 2 seconds out.
What? Oh, this is a bot. Oh.
Yeah,
Why did the bot do that?
Bots usually get me. So, as I was saying, one important thing to remember is when we're placing our remnants, especially on long loops like that, we want to make sure they're not placed in front of the pallet in such a way where there's equal distance between the pallet and both corners, because that's going to give the survivor a lot of play. It's going to give them a lot of distance and a lot of play for them to adjust and reposition and stuff like that. We want to make sure that we're holding them there. Even if they don't necessarily... Ooh.
Lagged. It's all good.
Look at the flick of the wrist.
There's an electro down here.
Oh, we have Make Your Choice. I totally forgot about that. So when we hook this fang, we're gonna actually leave our remnant on her hook.
Okay.
But we want to place it in such a way where the survivors can't see the remnant, right? And keep in mind, the remnant does have an audible range. It has a mini terror radius. It's about 8 meters that you can hear it. Many people don't realize that they can hear it. This is one of those loops where teleporting to that locker is actually to be slightly detrimental. And the next instance that we do go there, placing it on the window and walking inside while we're listening for a slow vault is going to be our best option here. Now, as I was saying, with loops that are longer, when we place our remnant on top of a pallet that has equal distance between the corners, that gives the survivors a lot of play, right? It gives them a lot of distance. They can manipulate those corners. They can W key. They can transition to another loop. So in the example of the library, it wasn't a library. I'm sorry. It was one of those main rooms, crazy, just like junk pile loops. Pallets in the middle. You've got equal distance on both sides, right? If we place our remnant on the front of the pallet, not only can the survivor vault to break it, right? It's gonna allow that survivor to essentially do what they did and W key in a straight line. So instead of doing that, for example, on this loop, right? If we place it on the left side of that couch there, instead of on that pallet, that's actually going to allow us to control it. In your case, it's a bot, so it works out.
Yeah,
you already knew that.
Bot doesn't do anything.
But if we had a real player there and you're moving to the right side with a remnant in the middle, there's nothing preventing them from leaving the left side there. You know what I mean? So it really does come down to positioning, right? I gotta minimize my Discord again.
Oh, got the insta down. Make her choice insta down. Okay.
Nice, there we go.
Yeah, Maker Choice seems very good on this character.
It's pretty fun. It's not meta at all because it does require them not to find their remnant. If you're playing with Swift, for example, and they see you and they comment to their teammate, it's probably gonna get broken, right? But like just normal pub matches, it's pretty fun, right? It's pretty fun.
I see.
But yeah, basically what I've been yapping about for the past who knows how long, probably too long, honestly. Sound like a broken record. I apologize about that. Is when we place our remnant, it needs to be in a spot where it shuts down the escape route. Yeah, she did. It needs to be in an orientation where it shuts down the the nuts. It needs to shut off the escape route. It needs to prevent them from vaulting pallet or window and getting away from you, right? So it really does come with practice. It really does come with time. And it really does come with watching people who are experienced with remnants, right?
Yep. As with everything, you want to learn.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't think she's gonna have it if she missed. I don't think she understands it.
Yeah, I think she's. I think she knows something we don't.
Or she just wants to go next. I don't know.
Possibly.
I don't know what this guy's up to. To be honest, I feel so powerful just being able to be everywhere.
It's incredible, isn't it?
Dredge has never felt like this.
and yeah, no, Nightfall Dredge is amazing. Now, a lot of people, in my opinion, who are, let's say, inexperienced with the killer, they'll actually try to run builds that farm the Nightfall, right? So they'll run an add-on that's called Fallen Shingle, which gives you faster regeneration when you're in a locker or teleporting. They'll run Maulthinker's Skull, which is good, right? It's good. It's not his best. I would put that around. I made a tier list recently. I think it's A tier, B tier. They're good, right? We have to understand that for a killer that's focused on chase, if you're not prioritizing your chase and you're going for a side ability, it's probably not going to be very advantageous, right? I think they're all just GGs at this point, right?
Yeah, I think they just gave up. No, this map is so crazy for him. That's I noticed it. Even being a noob.
E-swing RPD's really, really good. Gideon's so cool. So cool. Which is why I'm like really hoping that Behavior adds some more indoor maps, because we keep getting these maps where it's like kind of indoor, but not really. Greenville is actually one of Dredge's best maps as well.
Really, the lockers are good. Yeah,
they're amazing. So it allows traversal really, really good.
First locker of the match.
I know, crazy. They know something we don't. There's a make choice.
Yep, too much maker choice value.
It's incredible, especially if you leave remnants on corners concealed nearby. You just teleport. You know, you hold it, you walk away, right? And you just teleport whenever you want to, or whenever you hear the scream, and boom, there you go, instant down. I do that a lot with Devour Hope. It's really fun. So yeah, no, lots of yapping when it comes to Dredge.
Don't feel bad about it, by the way. You're more than welcome to talk as much as you want.
Absolutely. So, let's see how this one goes here.
Oh! That is looking the wrong way.
That's all good, dude. It's all good. That's a perfect example of orientation. If we place it facing the wall, you have to do an extra motor function of looking right? But again, like you mentioned when we started this, you've noticed in my gameplay, in my streams, that I always flick my mouse. Just literally spending a millisecond to flick your mouse in the direction they're going to end up is going to set you up for success a lot more often than there you go. Perfect example of patience as well. So this killer's built on mind games. That'll never happen against any other killer. Maybe artist, but not really. You know what I mean? So it's important to remember with this killer that like you have to understand patience is your absolute most valuable tool, right? Other than that, right? Patience is incredibly important.
Okay.
But yeah, no. I mean, for example, you don't have to just use this for like we've been saying. Like, make your choice. You can leave it wherever you want. Midwich has a couple of really nasty spots for remnants. For example, it's not on your side, it's the opposite side. There's that part by the main building where there's like that broken wall and there's a hook under it. I think it's 100% spawn guarantee. I'm not sure. If you put a survivor on that, you place your remnant while you're falling. Survivors can't break your remnant. They can't do anything about it. So it's kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty. You can do some crazy stuff with the remnant.
Okay, the bot almost made me whiff.
That's all good. So this bot here, one thing I'm going to recommend, he's going to stay on this window, right? Or not, because he's different, I guess. But if the bot decides to stay on that window next time...
He dead-hearted it! Oh my god!
Wow.
I didn't know they could do that!
Yeah, they can. It's crazy. I haven't seen that in a long time.
That's insane! He dead-hearted it! I can't hit those DHs.
What a demon. I can't either. That's why I play killer. That's why I play killer. That makes looping unfun.
I know what you mean. Honestly, ever since I started this, I've been enjoying killer so much more. Learning so many things from so many different people gives me so much confidence.
I've actually been playing Survivor a lot with my girlfriend, and typically I don't really play Survivor, but the more and more I play the Survivor side of things, the more enjoyable it is for me, you know? I used to hate Survivor.
I think the thing about Survivor is that it just takes so many hours to get used to every single killer and what you have to do against every single killer. And like, there are so many killers in the game, so many like small things that you have to know about each killer, and then there's no guarantee that they're gonna go after you. And then even if they go after you, you're only gonna see that killer every now and...
Oh, hello.
Am I cheating? I'm just teleporting.
Amazon Prime delivery. Speaking of Amazon, Amazon Prime users get a free sub to Puffalo.
No, we sub to Gaming Athlete.
I don't think that's what's happening here, because I'm sending my viewers over to go use their Amazon Prime on you.
I'm sending my viewers to subscribe to you, bro.
Oh, we will have a sub war, I swear to God.
Sub showdown.
Yeah, sub showdown.
Yeah, what do you think of my performance in particular? What would you say?
Amazing so far. The patience is one thing that many people struggle with, because I mean that comes from the fact that you have so many hours on Survivor. You're patient. You don't understand that. So many people struggle with patience on this killer, because it's like one of those things. Oh my God, they're gonna break my remnant. They're gonna vault the pallet. Oh, what do I do? But it really just comes down to patience. You can have the most absolute best remnant placement. It could be faced towards the pallet. It could be placed on the corner where they can't leave. You could be moving correctly. The second that you can have all that, but if you're not patient enough and you teleport the second that they make a weird movement towards that pallet, they're just gonna point at you and then teabag and then run away and you're gonna cry, right? Yep. There are gonna be tears coming down your face. It's gonna be rough. But yeah, no, with this killer, it really depends on A, your remnant placement, B, your patience, C, knowing what you can and cannot do. I would love to sit here and talk for hours about every single loop in the game, right? But I don't even want to sit through that, right? So it really comes with time, it comes with practice, and it really comes with watching people as well. This is one of the most visual learning killers I think in the game, right? Not saying that other killers aren't, but like when it comes to like, because I could say these things, but if you can't visualize it, it's not really going to retain very well, right? So Dredge is definitely a killer that does require a lot of practice.
See, and if they want to learn, they do have your channel, right?
They do. I do answer as many questions as I possibly can.
The Dredge guy. That's it. Do you want to shout anything out? Shout out your guides. Shout out your videos, your stream, anything.
Well, sure. Like I said, I do have a YouTube channel. I've been doing content creation for 10 months, by the way.
Oh my God.
So, yeah, we're rolling through things. I do have a general guide on the killer. I have a tips and tricks video as well on YouTube. And I also recently released a remnant guide. It covers basically every single thing you could possibly know about the remnant. It has advanced uses, advanced tips, philosophies, whatever, right? I spend a lot of time into it. I love it. It's one of my favorite videos of all time. I actually didn't start all this stuff through YouTube. I actually started streaming back in July. I didn't even have a YouTube channel back then. And ever since then, it's been a wild ride. I've enjoyed every second of it. We're getting towards that partner badge, which is just crazy to me. I can't even believe it. Yeah. I do stream. Currently, I stream 5 days a week, from 4 p.m. EST to 8 p.m. EST. It's going to change. I promise. I was streaming 6 days a week. I'm heavily involved. I'm the most involved on Twitch. I'm heavily involved on Twitch.
Yeah.
I'm always there. So my streams are always there. If you guys want to request Dredge builds, ask questions, laugh at me. A lot of my people actually just laugh. They're only there to make fun of me and laugh at me. So there's that too.
Thank you so much, though, Eddie. Have a great rest of the day.
Thank you so much for your time as well, and I really, really appreciate hanging out with you guys.
Bye bye.
Have a great day. Bye bye.
Woof.